Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, g'day, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Economics, mate. I mean, you probably knew that already, but here we are. We are back for day, I believe, 13 or 14 today of the Blitz auction or the festive auction, whatever the hell you want to call it. Here it is. This is it, the T22 Medium, the G-Saw 1800, or I should say the 1008 or 1008, and the Astron Rex. An interesting amalgamation of tanks in general. I wasn't expecting to see this, but here we are, onwards and upwards. Anyways, I'm going to go through the tanks real quick and tell you whether they're worth it or not. T22 Medium. Now, the 907 was recently for sale. And again, I said it was a great tank, but obviously wait for it to be as cheap as possible before you purchase it. And I'm saying the same thing about the T22 Medium. It's a fantastic tank, but for 22,500 gold, it's not exactly worth it at that price. So my advice to you would be, just wait for this thing to be as cheap as possible before you purchase it. The armor on this thing is fantastic. 227 mils on the front of the turret. It's very troll. The hull is 118. It is in a bit of a pike nose situation, so you need to be careful there. But the way the armor profile is obviously is structured is it's very troll. You will get troll bounces all day long in this tank. You have 3200 DPM, 5.7 second reload, 256 mils of AP pen. Heat is 339 and 54 on your high explosive. You have 310 alpha damage per shot, 420 if you're shooting a high explosive. You have 3.4 second aim time. So the aim time is okay. It's, you know, not bad for a tier 10 medium tank. Dispersion is 0.285, so accuracy is actually really, or rather gun handling is really, really nice. You have only 6 degrees of gun depression, so do keep that in mind. When playing this tank, you've only got 6 degrees of gun depression. So, yeah, be mindful of that. But you do go 56 kilometers per hour at top speed. So, it is a really, really mobile tank. Again, very, very well armored. It's basically a T62A on steroids. It is absolutely fantastic to play. And it's very fun. But for 22,500 gold, no thank you. Someone who purchased it, I want to know where you are, mate. I want to know where you are. Okay, the G-Saw for 7,500 gold. I mean, straight off the bat, it's worth it at that price. But if you can score this thing for under 6,000 gold or 5,000 gold, mate, Bob's your uncle. Go ahead. Go right for it. This is a fantastic tank destroyer. And for all intents and purposes, you need to play it like a lightly armored tank destroyer because this is not a heavily armored, you know, frontline tank destroyer. You need to be careful. You need to respect it because it will not respect you in terms of its armor profile. You're not going to do well. If you try to play this thing with the armor that it's got. Because you don't have no armor. You've got no armor. You have 48 mils on the front of the turret. Again, you're not going to bounce anything. 56 mils on the front of the hull. You're not going to bounce anything. You got 2400 DPM. 14.49 seconds is your magazine reload. You have 2 shells in your magazine. 2.5 seconds is your intra-crip reload. You're doing 350 alpha per shot. So if you times that by 2, you're doing round about 700 hit points of damage in your magazines. That's very, very good. You do have HESH. So, if you shoot your HESH, I would recommend, obviously, running this thing with calibrated shells and not with vents. Because if you run this thing with calibrated shells, you can get extra bit of penetration on your HESH rounds. So, your standard rounds do 268 mils of AP pen, which is plenty at tier 8 to deal with tier 8 and tier 7 tanks, and even some tier 9 tanks. So, do keep that in mind. 184 mils on your HESH rounds, so very nice indeed. And your cheap HE rounds, they have 57 mils in total. Now, you're doing 440 alpha, by the way, on your premium HESH rounds and your standard HE rounds. So you're actually not at a disadvantage if you use your HESH. You're doing your max amount of damage. So if you pen with 2 HESH rounds with this gun, congratulations, you're doing 880 damage with each 2 shells in your magazine. And you're doing that every 14.49 seconds plus another 2.5 seconds. So you're doing it every round about 16 to 17 seconds, which is pretty crazy. 3.9 second aim time, 0.335 dispersion. Again, accuracy, gun handling is really nice on this tank for a tier 8 tank destroyer. You got 8 degrees of gun depression, which is very nice, but only 9 degrees of gun elevation, and you go 49 kilometers per hour top speed. This is a very nice tank destroyer. This is basically a Caliban, but not a single shot. It's a 2-shot. So you're doing around about the same amount of damage that a Caliban would do with one shot, but you're doing it quicker and with 2 shells in the clip. It's very nice for 7,500 gold. It's actually a very affordable tier 8 tank destroyer, but I would wait for this thing to be as cheap as possible before you purchase it. Now, the Astron Rex for 7,500 gold, they've given this tank away so many times for free. At this point, I don't even think it's worth purchasing straight off the bat. If you really want this tank, just wait till it's as cheap as possible and then buy it. But honestly, I don't recommend purchasing because it's not that good. It's okay. It's all right. It's a mid tank. It's mid. You are not going to perform or outperform many other things. Okay, don't get me wrong. It looks cool, but you're not going to outperform any other tanks. You only got 128 mils in the front of the turret, which, you know, you can bounce some shots, but you're not going to bounce everything in the whole world. You've only got 65 mils on the front of the hull, so again, you're not bouncing everything, but for tier 8, it's not bad. 1800 DPM, which is, it's okay, but do keep in mind, you do have an auto loader. You have a 3.53 second intra-clip reload. You have a 21.10 second reload for your entire magazine. 3 shells in the clip, 105 millimeter gun. You're doing 290 per shot, so if you times that by 3, 290. So let's say on average you're doing about 300 damage. So that's about 900 damage, or just under 900 damage, 900 hit points of damage per magazine. So that's pretty good if you pen all your shots. You have 185 mils of AP pen, so it's okay. It's not that bad. And 240 on your APCR and 50 on your HE. So yeah, it's not bad, but it's not good either. 4.4 second aim time. So accuracy is okay for a T8 medium, 0.324 dispersion. So accuracy, gun handling is pretty good. 8 degrees of gun depression, so you can use that on a ridgeline, and 20 degrees of gun elevation. It's quite low to the ground, so you can use it to your advantage, obviously. And it goes 52 kilometers per hour. Again, it's a nice tank. It's okay, but it's nothing too crazy, right? For the price, I mean, you can get this thing, which is just so much more fun. That would be my advice. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the video. I know so many of you are asking about the VK90 when it's coming out. It's coming. It's coming. I just saw some idiot do the most ridiculous turn I have ever seen. Turning into a corner. Like, bro, I know you got a front-wheel drive car, but for God's sake, just turn normally. You don't need to freaking go on the other side of the road and then this side and then freaking nearly hit my car, you freaking muppet. Anyway, going on to what I was saying before. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me what tanks you're going to buy. If you're not going to buy, again, as I said, you guys are waiting for the VK90. It is coming. Okay? It's coming. I have a strong sneaking suspicion that it is going to come for sale. Just be patient. I don't know when it's coming. I just know that it's coming. That's about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. Look after your friends and family. Peace in the Middle East and everywhere else in this bloody beautiful world. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.